Hello and welcome to this overnight taste challenge. We have two no stated or non-age stated blended Scotch whiskies coming in at 40% alcohol. The first was Grant's from 1887. Grant's Family Reserve. This bottle says Family Reserve. Name was changed about 2 years ago to Triple Wood. Grant's Triple Wood. And it's aged in three types of wood: ex-bourbon barrels, virgin oak, never before used, and American oak, which was probably different other whiskeys, not bourbon. Okay, but whatever the case, they say the three different woods gives it a unique flavor. It's got the embossment. It's from William Grant and Sons. They make a lot of Grants products, but I've never seen it. All the other fancy ones. I've only seen this one, but maybe I wasn't looking carefully. Glen Logie, introduced in 2015. There is the Glen Logie. You can go hiking in the Glen Logie. There are trails there. This is a brand from a company called Hay and McLeod, but they don't have a website listing for that. You saw that 5 years ago in Pennsylvania, says Galaxy. This is sold right here in my town. Okay, now the only place I ever saw Glen Logie was at Total Wine and More in Metairie, Louisiana. So the distribution is not widespread. Oh, I might stumble across it somewhere else. Let's put some light on the subject now that I've shown the products. I had the light off because it makes glare and then you can't see the bottle. Okay. Price point. You know what? That's actually a good question. I know a big bottle of Glen Logie, you know, the handle bottle, big glass bottle of Glen Logie is $24.99. I know it's $24.99. Grant's, I'm talking about Total Wine. Total Wine and More. Grant's. Oh, they do have a 15-year age. Okay. $72.99. Whew. Grant's Scotch is $24.49. So it's actually 50 cents cheaper. An old brand, famous brand, but it's cheaper than the Glen Logie, which is not old and it's not famous. Okay, so it just goes to show you got to pay 50 cents more for the unknown brand. Doesn't mean it's worse. Doesn't mean it's better. Just means a 50-cent difference. Am I going to be able to tell them apart? Well, I'll tell you the truth. Grant's is not exactly bursting with flavor, no matter what the website says. You know, they claim and it's so fabulous. I find their inexpensive import is better than this. That's the Clan McGregor, one of their brands from 1934. It's not even bottled in Scotland. It's sent to New Jersey and bottled. It's cheaper that way. Yeah. I even saw an old advertisement talking about that, saying you get all the quality, but you pay less because it's bottled in the United States. Okay, well, they do the same thing with Hunter Pipers. Okay. Perfect pour. One of the rare times that happens where I get it straight even. Usually want to be off, and then I got to lift it. Then I end up wasting it because I'm lifting. And then I'm not trying to use too much because I want to save them for further future taste challenges. Well, actually, there's a little bit more of the Glen Logie, but it's so small, it's basically even. In these nice D'Amore glasses. They were given to me. Can't say who gave them, though. Because the person said, don't say who gave it to you. I said, okay. Doesn't matter. But I don't know why you said that, but Followed his wishes. Okay. Counted those comic books today. I haven't gotten any new books in 2 years. Well, in July it'd be 2 years. You know why? Because the garbage they were putting out wasn't worth 10 cents, much less the dollars for each. And then I couldn't. It was during the scamdemic, and I couldn't get. They wouldn't come in. Like I call them, where's it's missing? You know. Oh well, we're sorry. And I said, oh, well, I'm buying a subscription for to not get the books. I mean, occasionally one would come in, but it was so disrupted. I don't know where they. I think people at the postal service was stealing them because there was no supervision or whatever. But so I was having to go down to New Orleans and try to track down missing issues, fill in the gaps, and I'm like double buying them. And then, not to mention, the content was so horrible. I mean, the stories were horrible. The themes were terrible. I was like, I'm not buying this trash anymore. At one time, it wasn't that way. But anyway, I counted the books this morning. I have 7,964, I think. Almost to 8,000, but I'm not going to go buy them just to make it even, you know. I actually have more than 8,000. They're not all indexed. Some of them are like reprints, like Marvel Tales, Marvel's Greatest Comics, which have the real good stories in them. So I don't include those in my count because they're reprints of earlier issues. But those things are 50 years old, 60 years old in some cases, nearly 60 years old. So they may have value just from the age, but I don't think comic books have any value anyway. People tell me that, oh, you know, that's a lot of money. I said, oh, really? In 45 years, ain't a single person offered to buy them. If they were that valuable, people would be trying to buy them, right? Yes. Ain't nothing but old paper, cheap, flimsy paper magazines. The people that claim they're worth money are the ones trying to sell them, the dealers. Oh, they'll tell you how much they're worth. But they ain't going to buy them for that. They're just going to sell them for that because it ain't really worth anything. Not in a real sense. Okay, off to this. Just thought I'd mention that. People ask me about what are these boxes? They just smell like wood and fermented cereal grains. Then it's distilled, fermented, then distilled cereal grains, wood. Yeah. Grants. First thing they show you on the website, how to drink Grants. Triple wood. Bam, with cola or in some kind of cocktail. They don't say drink it neat. No, they know better than that. That's why it's $24.99 for a huge bottle. You can buy good liquor less than $20. Talking about a regular size bottle. Tried a brandy last night. Well, yesterday afternoon, late afternoon. Reynal, $17. It's wonderful. Great brandy. Didn't have to pay a lot. I drank it over Hennessy, and Hennessy you're gonna pay $35 for the same size bottle. But you're not buying the brandy, you're buying the name. And it's a VS. VS is the lowest grade of brandy, only aged 2 to 4 years. More like 2. But you ain't gonna look cool drinking Reynal, you know. Say, I'm here at the party with Reynal. People say, why are you bringing that wax stuff over here, man? Where's the Henny? Where's the Hennessy? They got people naming their children Hennessy. Hennessy Brown. Hennessy DeGazia Brown. There's a guy at the Knights of Columbus named Johnny Walker. That's his real name. I don't know if his parents named him after Johnny Walker Scotch, John Walker, but they call him Scotch Walker. That's his nickname, Scotch Walker. That's funny, huh? Yeah. I'm not picking up too much aroma over her. Here, the aroma is not present to any great extent, and that's making me think it's the Glen Logie, because I recall previously the Glen Logie didn't have much aroma. It had a pretty good taste, but the smell was just like whoop, vacant, neutral. All right, taste time. Wood. Yeah, and they emphasized the wood. When I first tried the Grants, it threw me off. Like it tasted nasty to me because I wasn't really prepared for this wood attack. And it's got the 3 types of wood, and they say that's what's making it unique in all of this. Plus, it's a mixer, ain't really made to drink neat at room temperature. All right. But then the more I sipped on it, I started kind of liking it. You notice I said I started kind of liking it. I've gone through 40% of the bottle, but it's been years. I've been working on it for years. I liked about it big bottles because they last a long time, and you can really, like through progression, pick up things you hadn't noticed before, and it's not all gone so fast. And because you got to have patience, the progression might last 6 years. That's how long it's going to take to go through it. Okay, you go over there now. Yeah, not much flavor, but the flavor you do get is honey top white bread crust, and maybe the bread dough, the baked bread dough, the middle part, the white part. Are either one of these fabulous and unreasonably great, unexpectedly great? Nah, they're about what you'd expect for 24 to 27.99. Well, actually, what am I saying? 24.99 or 24.49. And I believe that's what I paid for the Grants. I bought the Grants, like I say, years ago, and I think it was 24.99. Could have saved 50 cents a total wine. You know what? I think it was 22.99. And now that I'm thinking, I think I found it somewhere for 22.99. Yeah, that's what it was. But with inflation and everything, JB inflation. So but you can find it for 24.49 right now. And you could rest on that bottle for so long, sipping on it, doing taste challenges, doing all these exercises, you know what I'm saying? Mental meaning because you're tasting it, so like you're perceiving the taste and the aroma through your senses of tasting and aroma, right? And the touch because the feeling of it, I guess, the feeling in your mouth. They just delivered the newspaper, so I'll go out there and get that in a minute. She just delivered. They used to get it at 1:30 in the morning. I'd hear them out driving up 1:30 in the morning. But they have a different carrier now, and I guess she told them I'm not getting there that early. So we get it around 5:15 now, if you're lucky. Sometimes not almost till 6. But I used to like it when it'd be here at 1:30. All right. Because when I would get up, I knew I could go out there and there was the paper. Which one tastes better? The cheaper one. Oh boy. No, I don't believe that. I guess you may as well pay the extra 50 cents. Get the Glen Logie. Let's see this thing here. Yeah, that's too much glare. That call it soft light. No, it's working better right now. Not much better. The other one is white light. All right. Yeah. Really, it's just a tie. I mean, I'm being silly saying whatever one's cheaper, but it's basically a tie in Yeah. What the heck? $24.99, $24.49. Save 50 cents. So the winner is Grant's, but only because of the price. But that's something to consider because people got to buy it. I got to buy it. They didn't give it to me. So if you see it, check it out. I wouldn't give it a strong recommendation, but I'm not hating on it. I mean, 2 years ago, I was saying, "Oh, this stuff is the worst Scotch I have," and I was really ragging on it. I've changed my opinion. It's pretty good, but ain't nothing to get excited about. The Glen Logie, well, yeah, it's the same type thing. It's okay, it's pretty good. It's 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 all right. It's nice. They're both quality, but it's just a relative thing. Like their quality in a comparative sense might be junk, compared to some really good blendeds that I have, like Johnny Walker Red Label, for instance. Because you're going to pay more. You're not going to get Johnny Walker Red Label a handle for $24.49. Might get it for $34.49. Is it going to be worth the extra $10? No. It's better, but it's not really worth the extra $10. Now the Black Label. See, when you start climbing the ladder, then you got to say, well, I never had the Black Label. What am I talking about? I had the Double Black. Well, the Double Black is so nice. Oh, so very nice. Gold Label Reserve. So it's all a scale, but it's mostly a scale of good versus better versus even better. You know what I'm saying? Like the whiskey scale is not like horrible versus poor versus fair versus good versus excellent. It's really not that. It's just like different levels of good to world class. I haven't had world class yet, but probably never will, I guess. I know they're out there. I wouldn't know what they taste like. I guess they taste so amazing. Okay, so that was an interesting taste challenge. It was a tough one. I got to say that it was a challenge. It was a real challenge because I had some questions before I made my decision. That was kind of nerve wracking, but it was a little bit nerve wracking. Clan McGregor, I don't think it's going to be as much of a challenge because Clan McGregor has those distinctive compost pile flavors. And you might roll your eyes and say that's supposed to be something good about it. It's like a peaty thing. That's what peat is, rotting organic matter. I mean, when you think about it, it's something. It's a unique product. A lot of people out there know about Clan McGregor. That it's sort of a hidden gem. It's really cheap, but $16.99 for a handle, and it tastes really good. $16.99, not $24.49. $16.99, and it has a good flavor. I remember when it was $12.99 for the handle, but those days are gone. All right, everybody, see you around the bend, up the road. See you down the river for the next one.